Now, also too, one of the things that Hardy Reid does, why is it important for an investment steward like yourself to focus on fiduciary best practices?
In our industry, a number of people are using the current environment to sell fear about fiduciary liabilities, which is real. However, the more important aspect for us are the best practices produce better results. If you were to start a business today and you were running your business on best practices and I was running my business on best efforts, you're more than likely to have a better business than I am. It's no different with fiduciary practices. So people aren't intentionally running organizations poorly from a fiduciary perspective. It is really their errors of omission instead of errors of commission. So we help people identify their deficiencies where they're falling short of meeting that global fiduciary standard of excellence and put a plan in place to correct that. So the assessment simply looks at those items. CFIC certification is where CFIC takes the assessment and says you meet the global fiduciary standard of excellence or you're close to it, and such we are going to publicly acknowledge that you do that. And so it is a certification that is an annual certification that is important to both retirement plans as well as nonprofits for a number of reasons. Fiduciary training is a 4-hour training session that we work with typically staff of the investment steward, sometimes the investment committee, sometimes the boards, or some combination of those. And we go through a very detailed analysis of what those 21 best practices are and how they can implement those within that organization. And then the last, fiduciary consulting, is really just taking those three things and combining them and then working with you on an ongoing basis. So the first three are project-based, the assessment, the certification, and the training, whereas the consulting are taking those three and then working those on an ongoing basis going forward. So that could be a long-term engagement.